So I was playing some Shoot House 24/7 today, and I was not having a fun time. I was doing pretty bad. I was getting super frustrated. I started backing out of lobbies, trying to get a better lobby, better teammates, enemies that weren't quite as good, maybe not as camp heavy, not shooting bad as much, just so I could have some fun, have a good game. But nothing was going my way. I started to think that possibly it was me. Maybe I'm not warmed up enough. Maybe I'm missing shots. Maybe I need to center better, get my snap on a little bit better. So, I decided, okay, let me step back. I went in and I decided I'm going to go shoot some bots, right? And that's the gameplay you're seeing right now. Me and Shoot House just warming up, shooting some bots. These are they're not veteran bots because I tried playing against the veteran bots and they were aiming in on me before I even came around the corner. It wasn't very fun. So these are one step down. There are hardened bots, which I think is actually a pretty good estimate of what a normal pub lobby is, or a better pub lobby, some tryhards. The hardened bots are actually pretty good, and they're pretty fun to play against. And when I was shooting bots, I was trying out some new attachments. I thought, not only getting my shot better, but maybe I need to change some attachments on my MP5, like maybe put on the collapsible stock, or I had the Merc foregrip on, maybe take that off, throw on the Commando foregrip, get my MP5 aiming down sight a little bit quicker to, get on target a little bit faster. And I was just having a fantastic time playing these bots, right? Like, it was actually so much fun. It was the first time in a while that I generally was like, wow, I love playing this game. Why don't I have the same experience when I'm playing in multiplayer? And really, it just got me thinking, like, what is the difference between sitting here, having a good time playing bots, and going online and playing multiplayer? Like, why can't you have the same experience in both? Why am I having so much more fun? Is it because it's easy, right? And I was like, no, it's not me, because normally when I'm playing in multiplayer, I usually do pretty well, right? Like, that's not it. Well, maybe because I'm doing really well against the bots, I'm able to, get on a long streak. It's like, well, I don't really run streaks in multiplayer. I'm usually running either UAV and advanced UAV, or I have the specialist streaks on, so that's not really it. Well, maybe it's because when I'm playing a private match, I don't care about my stats, and if I die, I don't really care if I die. Woohoo! It's just a private match. Well, since going for Damascus camo multiplayer, my KD has tanked. Most of my stats have tanked from using the rocket launchers all the time, so that's not really it either, right? So after shooting in all these bots, and I was doing super well. I was super, happy with how I was doing. I thought I was going to go hop into multiplayer and start destroying, right? So here's the gameplay. The next game I joined in, or one of the games, I think this is a team deathmatch here. I did pretty well. Just, one of the games that I played. I didn't want to, I wanted the gameplay to kind of be similar to that of shooting bots. I wasn't going to go into a hard point game or a headquarters game, so I thought team deathmatch was pretty similar to the free-for-all I was playing against bots. And, I was going in here expecting, to be pretty similar. I made some adjustments to my class. I put on that Commando foregrip. I was aiming down sight better. My shot felt really good. So I thought I was going to hop in and start destroying. And I realized that the reason that the bots were so much fun to play against wasn't because of all the other things that I thought. It was because the bots aren't all sitting in corners and using every head glitch available on the map to just camp it out, right? All the bots are, for the most part, running around, and you can turn a corner and expect there to be a bot like standing in the open, or at least not like hiding from you, and you get into gunfights constantly. It's constant action. Whereas when you're playing in multiplayer, I mean, Shoot House is a little different because it's a small map, but this goes for every map in the. I could have gone and been shooting bots on Arklov Peak for. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can only put 11 bots on the map, so it wouldn't be as high action. But it doesn't. I mean, for this point, it doesn't matter what map it is. It's just the fact that when you're shooting bots, you're in constant action. You're not searching for anybody. You know they're going to be in the open, and you can get into gunfights, which is the most amazing thing about this game. Is the actual gunplay. It feels amazing in this game. Problem is, when multiplayer, everybody in the game is going to the nearest corner or going to the nearest head glitch on the map, and they're sitting there and waiting, or they're pre-aiming everything. And every time you're running around to come around a corner, you have to be afraid of the window over here, or the barrel over here he could be sitting. Oh, there's this corner that he could be crouched in. Oh, he could just be laying prone and just waiting, right? Like, you can never just get into a fun gunfight against another person and have a good time, right? So I think the best way to fix this game isn't going to be You know, I don't think the maps are the problem. I don't think necessarily dead silence is a problem, right? You have you eliminate the sound of footsteps in the game. Every single person in the game is perfect dead silence. You can't hear anything. I don't think people are going to start running around because of that. You start running around, people are still going to be camping, and you're still going to get killed by that. It's not necessarily the footsteps. Yeah, footsteps are annoying when you're running around a corner and the camper can hear you. Yes, that's annoying, but I don't think putting a dead silence or making any of these changes to the mini-map or anything is going to fix the camping problem in the game and make the overall public match experience better. I think the #1 thing they have to do is just to clean up the maps, right? The actual layout of the maps are fine. I mean, yes, they're a little bit big. Yes, there's some unusual space behind, like, the spawn area behind certain dominations flags. Like, I don't know why there's so much extra space on the map. But if you think about it, most of these maps aren't really that big, right? Like, you look at Euphrates Bridge, that is thought of to be a really big map, and it's an open map. Yes, there's not a lot of cover from one side to the other, but it's not that big. It doesn't really take you that long to run from one side of the map to the other, right? Like, behind the CDOM flag, there is some space back there, but you can run out from the CDOM flag or the ADOM flag, and you're pretty close to the bridge, you know, instantaneously. It's not that the maps are that big. It's just the stuff that is on the map that makes it annoying. There are so many head glitches. There are so many, like, walls that you can just have corners in. Like, they set it up so that there are safe spaces on the map. Like, all these places that you can just go and hide, and it makes it so that the maps don't have any flow. And that's the real problem. When you're playing bots, it's free-for-all, which is different than playing like a domination or a team deathmatch. But I know even playing online free-for-all is just, it's worse than everything else in the game. Everyone sits in corners more in that than they do like a team deathmatch, domination, hardpoint, right? So, but when you're playing bots free-for-all, you constantly have flow. Every time you run around a corner, you're seeing somebody. You know there's going to be somebody there. You're never searching for somebody, right? It has flow. You spawn in, you run around the corner, you get a kill. You keep going. You can run around the whole map and be constantly killing somebody. Whereas you hop into a multiplayer map and you spawn in with 5 teammates next to you, which means the other team is spawning in with 5 teammates on top of them, so you can come around the corner and there's 5 enemies right there, boom, in front of you instantaneously, right? Like, I don't know. You could probably see it in this gameplay that I'm showing on this team deathmatch. I ended up actually doing pretty well in it. I think I went like 29 and 15, which 29 is actually a lot of kills to get in a team deathmatch on Shoot House. And you'll see sometimes when I die and I watch the kill cam, and either the person is just sitting in the corner, or I watch the kill cam just to see how long was that kid sitting there with his sights up. And as soon as the kill cam starts, you see he's sitting there with his sights up. So I cancel the kill cam right away. Like, I know that kid, he just sat there and was just waiting for me the whole time. And that's the biggest difference. I think if they just eliminated half the head glitches on the map, right? Like, I'm just thinking about Shoot House. If on the side with all the cars on it, all the destroyed cars, like, every single car is a head glitch, and they're really hard to see through. So they just need to clean that up so that you can't just head glitch everything. And then on the other side, the crate side, you're afraid to come around the corner every time because there's going to be somebody sitting in that top building in the window just waiting for you, just camping up there, right? Like, if they just got rid of that whole top building, and then you could do this on all the maps, just get rid of all of these random head glitches and allow people to actually run around the map, and the maps would have so much more flow, and it would actually be fun to play.